Мы продолжаем. Съездил сюда, чтобы отоспаться. Сейчас поедем туда дополнительное задание выполнять. Да, сейчас ну, немножко попутешествуем, а там будем ждать. Надоели эти немножко подсказки. Вроде бы все и так понятно. Так, едем короче в деревню Грунта. Там должно быть дополнительное задание. Так что сегодня будем так путешествовать и выполнять разное. Так, вот мы и на месте. Ну, тут мы уже были, в принципе. Мы выполняли же задание тут. Так, хорошо, давай подождем. И там уже будем выполнять все. Так, сейчас будем искать того человека, кто дает это задание. Так, давай посмотрим на карту. А, ну в принципе понятно где. Да, где-то в этом доме.
Grosh told me over a few beers that you had a thing with someone from Horshan, and your husband got battered because of it.
Merciful Mary, so Grosh has been blabbing about me to God knows who. The shame of it. I'll have you know I did no such thing. I'm an honest woman.
My apologies. I'm merely repeating what I heard. So how are things between you?
There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Bruthans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I see. Now it all makes sense to me. So that's why your husband fought him.
Exactly. You see, nothing dishonest. But Stimir is feeling ashamed that young Bruthans gave him a thrashing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to fight Tomlin and win the stone for you?
Well, yeah. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I'm really desperate. And I have no one else to turn to. I prayed fervently to the Virgin Mary and implored her for help. And now you've shown up. Besides, you're a born warrior by the looks of you. Twice as tough as those guards at the ironworks, who do nothing but swill Grosh's beer all day. Some landowner's coddled son is no match for you, I'll wager.
What is a Thunderstone?
Well, they're formed when there's a violent storm with forks of lightning and peals of thunder. The biggest of these are Thunderstones. They fall from the sky with a mighty boom and burrow deep into the earth. After a while, they work their way back up to the surface. And if you're lucky, that's where you'll find them.
Why are you so desperate for this piece of rock?
That's my business.
Look, if I'm to help you, I need to know what you're going to do with this stone. I don't want to get caught up in any witchcraft.
This is no witchcraft. It's just... Fine. Listen, I'm afraid for my child. And myself. All my babies died shortly after birth. Bless their souls. And birthing is very hard for me. I nearly died last time. The stone has the power to help me and protect my next infant. That's why I want it.
Ну, да, конечно,
All
поможет.
right. I'll help with your trouble.
Mary, Mother of Mercy,
Это интересно,
thanks
поможет это
be to
или
the
нет.
both of you. This means so much to me.
Потому что тут
Save your
может
thanks for
камень
when I
дело.
bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about that. We've got some groschen put by, so you'll be handsomely rewarded. I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so I could put a word in for you at the stud farm. She'll give a generous discount if you want to buy a horse from her. And I'll pray and intercede for you, I swear.
All right, you have yourself a deal. I'll go to Horshan and take on that Tomlin fellow.
God bless you. The Broadhands have a big farm. There's a wayside shrine in front of the gate and an orchard out the back. That's where you should find him. But be careful and don't underestimate him. The stone has great power and it won't be easy. Farewell, sir.
Ничего страшного, я справлюсь. Так. Куда это нам? А, он уж там находится, нифига себе. Так, а по основному заданию что тут? А, ну все понятно. Ладно, двигаемся тогда. Интересно, ну давайте проверим, что тут было вообще. Ё-моё. Так, а где эти козлы? Так, Барбоскин, ты видишь кого-нибудь? Я вроде бы нет. Капец, конечно. Так, давай кукнем этих ребят. Где они вообще? Или тут они убежали просто. Да. Ну, такое бывает. Такое бывает. Раньше такое было часто. Блин, красиво тут. Красиво. И что, с ним придется драться? Да он даже не воин.
Hey, Tomlin. People around here tell me you have a thunderstone.
People say all sorts of things.
They also say if I beat you in a fight, it's mine.
Those days are over. There was a time I'd put it up for grabs in fights with cocky fools. That much is true. I even had a couple of craftsmen come from the burg to try their luck. But everyone got a thrashing. Well, then I decided to retire. It didn't seem right, and my conscience was getting the better of me. Well, as for you, you've cut the locals down to size. Impressive work. So there's nothing here for you now. But if those fists of yours are still itching, you could try your luck over in Miskovitz. Blood runs hot in those lads, so you'll fit right in like a thumb up an arse. And if you're as stupid as you are brave, there's a shit pit in the burg they call the Hole.
Да, это все мы знаем, но я
They're
хочу отобрать у
hard
тебя
as
камень.
nails there. Beat the shit out of each other with iron gloves. Fucked up if you ask me, but each to his own.
Look, that's all very well, but it's you I'm here to fight. For the Thunderstone.
Fuck's sake. You're a bleeding half-wit, aren't ya? Let's try again. I'm not fighting for the stone anymore. I found it. It's mine. I'm keeping it.
But Kona from Grund really needs the stone.
Yeah, I know. She came by. And I told her, as I've told everyone else, that I found the stone, so by rights, it's mine. Not just anyone can find a stone like that. Only a person it's destined for. It wouldn't be right to give it to someone else. That would be tempting fate. and nothing good would come of it.
I challenge you to a fight. Let's fight for the Thunderstone. Or have I made you shit your brays?
The only shit being spouted here is from your mouth. You know you can't win, don't ya? No one's beaten me for as long as I can remember. And besides, I have the stone. So just back off and forget about it. I'm doing you a favor, because I want to spare you the embarrassment and some pretty fucking
Да
painful
хватит языком
bruises.
чесать, давай уже подеремся, ё.
Look here, big man. I kicked the arses of Stanley and all the others here. With my finger up my nose at that. So I reckon you'll be soft as shit too. But to give the devil his due, I'd still like to find out for myself.
Yeah, I get it. You're provoking me. Nice try. All right, have it your way. If there's one thing I really hate, it's arrogant, cocky outsiders who think they know it all. Prepare for a beating. You know the rules. No armor. Strip down to your waist. Then we'll meet in the pen, you'll place your wager against the stone, and then you'll get an ass kicking.
Ну, отлично. Так, только я забыл, где это находится, эти поединки. Где там драться надо было. Вот тут есть стирка, мне бы постираться не мешало, кстати. Погнали, постираемся, тогда уже пойдем бить его.
Quick!
А, ну все, я вроде бы вспомнил, где тут дрались. Сейчас я найду это место. Что, поехали?
I'm ready for this. How about you?
Always.
You've got the stone?
Don't you worry about that. I don't expect to part with it anyway. I'm looking forward to taking your coin instead. Have you got enough?
Here it is. I'm no cheat.
Нифига себе,
Trust,
500.
but back it up with proof. I always say.
Ну
Well,
поехали, попробую
we have
победить.
everything we need. Let me just take off my coat and we'll get started.
Knock his teeth out! Show him what for! Sister,
Oh.
you with one hand behind her. Give it a go!
Oh!
You sound like little Granny can punch harder than you. My granny can punch harder than you. Show him. You call yourself a fighter. You fight like little on the floor with him.
Oh!
Give it all you got. Wipe the floor with him. You fight like little girls.
И это все. Я думал, посложнее будет.
I beat you. The prize is mine.
Yeah, you did. But it was close. I almost had you myself.
Close? Not one bit. I was all over you from the start.
Bollocks, you were. You're just lucky I fucked up my back yesterday.
No need to be so upset. It's not so bad. Just a little embarrassment and a few bruises, right? But let's not waste time. You owe me my money back, and the stone along with it.
You'll get your money back, goes without saying. Here you are.
Perfect. What about the stone?
Well, I can't give you that. Because I don't have it.
What? But the stone was your stake.
No, it wasn't. It was your idea that if you won, I'd give you the stone. I didn't actually promise you anything like that.
Look, you yokel prick. Don't twist this. You tried to hoodwink me, and now you're playing word games.
I suppose it was a bit sneaky of me. But what the hell? I figured if you were up for a fight, I'd at least make a groschen or two out of it. I just wasn't expecting to lose. That's all.
But people said you have a thunderstone. So it's all horseshit.
No, it wasn't made up. I really did find a thunderstone. And I had it right up until the other day when it was stolen. I didn't want word to get out because I'd look like a right fool. So I acted like nothing happened. I'm sorry for leading you on. I didn't mean any harm.
And do you have any idea who might have stolen it from you?
If you ask me, it was that Hansel from Rabosh and his little mate Peter. They were ever so curious about it right before it disappeared.
All right. I'll have a look for them.
Well, when you get to Rabosh, take the main road away from the fortress until you reach the first farm on the right. There are hired hands there. That much I found out. If you find the stone, please bring it back to me. I'll make sure you're well rewarded.
Не,
You have
тебе его
my
я не
word.
верну.
I was the one who found it, so by rights, it's mine. It was destined for me. To mess with fate would only bring bad luck and misfortune.
Tell me, how did you come by the stone in the first place?
That's a secret.
If you came by it honestly, why be so secretive about it?
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not one to brag, that's all. And until it's back in my hands, I don't want to talk about it.
I can appreciate that, but sharing a story isn't exactly bragging.
All right, then. I found it a couple of years back in a field outside Billany. On the way to Wizard Quarry. You probably know the place. I was going to take a shortcut through the woods, but there'd been a hell of a storm about a week before. It tore off roofs, carried away some shepherds' huts, even toppled the tower on those fortifications at Kuttenberg. And it very nearly flushed us out of here too. A proper act of God it was. Well, the forest was a complete mess, so I couldn't go that way. So I decided I'd go through the field. And all of a sudden, I stumble over something. And what do I see? A thunderstone right under my foot. Stroke of luck it was.
Look, I won fair and square. But I still don't have that thunderstone of yours in my hand. Truth be told, I'm feeling a little cheated. You could at least throw a dog a bone, eh?
Bollocks to that. You got your wager back, so don't be getting greedy now. And you barely won anyway. If you want anything more from me, bring me back my thunderstone.
You're right. Enough of this.
I'm glad we see eye to eye. No point in making a mountain out of a molehill, I say.
You're not wrong.
Ну, он, конечно, ЧСВ, если честно. Ладно, поехали, куда нам надо. Я так и знал, что просто так он не добудется. Гром-камень. А нифига себе, надо далеко ехать. Ну, поехали, почему бы и нет. Потом как раз можно вот это задание будет выполнить. Или какое-нибудь еще. Ехать только, конечно, далековато. Так, сюда, наверное. Давай читерную штуку используем. Блин, а не туда я поехал сразу же, ну ладно. Было по другой дороге ехать. Через лес будем пробираться.
Quick! Go! Go!
Так, а тут я вроде бы был, не? Нет, тут я не был. А, ё-моё, как далеко еще ехать, а не туда я еду. Вот, ту дорогу ехать. Опачки. Приехали. Тут же вас не было, как вы тут появились так быстро. Разбойнички.
Hey, you! Stop! You won't be
Подеремся.
telling anyone. I'll make sure of that. I'm just getting started. Show your stuff.
You're no match for us, fucker! I'm all yours! You wanna try me? Oh, son of a bitch! I'm all yours! You're no match for us, fucker!
Show what you're made of. Show your stuff. You've got a lot to learn. Yield. You're boring me. Try a little.
Вот и все. Я только вот не понимаю, у меня слишком фиговый шлем или как? Вроде бы один из лучших я покупал. Или это не самый лучший шлем? Просто так урон наносят хорошо эти чуваки. Что у них за оружие? А, нифига себе, дуэльный длинный меч у них. Так, подожди-ка, а что у них еще было? У кого-то же такой же меч должен быть, да? Ну да, два меча у них таких. Дай посмотрю, что за они. А, у них и состояние еще плохое. Если улучшить, то будет намного лучше вообще этого. Офигеть. Ну, это хорошо. Что там по лошадке слышно? Ну еще можно что-нибудь накинуть? Я бы, конечно, не стал. Так, поехали дальше. Вот это потом починим меч, и будет неплохо. Я-то думал, почему такой урон наносится. Что меч хороший.
Quick! Quick!
Что за место такое?
Whoa!
Так, Барбоскин, подожди, я же для тебя купил
Here you go.
специально это
Take it.
поесть.
How can I help you, sir?
Is there something interesting around here?
You mean besides the army camp on the hill?
Something tells me you're not exactly happy about it.
What can I tell you? As soon as the army appeared in the county, the folk of Apatovitz were doomed.
What do you mean?
It used to be a peaceful village. Everyone minding their own business, helping each other. And have you seen what it looks like now?
I just saw remains of an abandoned village. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Exactly. A deserted and empty place, with a burnt-out ruin where there used to be a cottage. It'd make you cry.
The soldiers did that. Did they attack the village?
There was no attack. People just chose to leave on their own. I can't even imagine. You spend your whole life building something, and then you just leave it all behind. But it's probably better than waiting for someone to come and take everything from you.
Who's responsible for the burned-out cottage in Apatovitz?
Devil only knows. Maybe bandits or some other rabble. Maybe they were looking for something valuable. Or they wanted to take it by force.
I think I'll go back to Apatovitz. Should I watch out for anything in particular?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Who knows what kind of rabble has taken up residence in those ruins?
Who lived in the house that burned down?
That's probably the saddest thing of all. The young married couple. They didn't have much, but they worked hard to save up some coin. I really hope they've gone someplace safe. They should be taking care of their babes, not scared for their lives.
Who lived there before? Did you know the people who lived here well?
You bet I did. There was an old man. We called him Honeypot. He had a lot of beehives in his yard. Everyone used to buy honey from him, but few knew that he made the best mead far and wide. Damn. I miss that old geezer.
I'd better go.
Так, ну хорошо. Что там за места такие? Заброшенное здание, сгоревший дом. Поехали туда пока что. Поедем, посмотрим. Так, мне нужно бы скушать капустку Пеппа. Она неплохо здоровье восполняет. А вот там разбойники, что ли, ходят в этой деревне или как? Надо бы посмотреть, интересно. Ну да. Какие-то чуваки ходят. Не знаю, сражаться или нет. Давай выпьем зелье на всякий случай, сохранимся. Ладно, уходим отсюда. Я так понял, тут лагерь Зигизмунда. И мне не получится убить этих всех воинов. Поедем тогда на задание. Ну, я все равно скоро вернусь, может вернусь сильнее. Хотя можно было бы подождать ночи и там кокнуть всех по-тихому.
Quick!
Ну, в принципе, уже близко там вот деревня какая-то виднеется. И там тоже, но я там не был, правильно? Ну да, там я не был. Интересно, тут болото такое. Так, вот я на месте. Как называется эта деревня? Борщ.
Nice and slow. Whoa, whoa.
Сейчас будем искать этих чудиков. Забирать гром-камень. Интересно, тут еще какое-нибудь задание, если что, есть, чтобы взять? Не, нету. А почему тут красное все горит? А какие тут войны? Тут войны Сигизмунда или как?
I have to warn you about the greatest evil and danger on God's earth. Men's cruelty and wickedness.
Ну, интересно, конечно, а почему у меня тут плохая репутация? Вроде бы ни разу тут не был. Так, потом пойдем посмотрим тогда на замок тут.
My God, you're all covered in blood.
I need to find a thunderstone, and I heard you might know of one.
Oh, yeah? Who told you that, then?
Tomlin over Horsham Way told me you pinched his thunderstone. You and some Hensel fellow. So you better come clean before I let Tomlin beat the truth out of you.
Fuck me! So Bruthan's made you his lackey? As if that stone hasn't caused enough trouble already.
Watch your tongue. I'm no one's lackey. And you, go on. What happened with the stone?
We fucked up. And all because of that stupid stone. I wish we'd never taken it.
So Tomlin was right. It was you. Where's the stone now?
I haven't the faintest. It was all Hensel's idea and he had it on him the whole time. And before you ask, no, Hensel's not here. Andrew is holding him captive.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm missing something here, and it's not just the stone. So tell me, what the fuck happened?
We wanted to butcher Andrew Ramhead's band of pillagers. But that's easier said than done. So Hensel got the idea that we could borrow Tomlin Bruthan's magic stone from him to help us fight them like, but Tomlin wasn't having it, so we filched it without him knowing. And then set off after those bandits. But everything went to shit. They caught Hensel and almost killed me and Stislav. So, you come a bit late for that fucking stone. Not that it brought us any luck anyway. If I were you, I'd give it up as a lost cause.
Who is this Andrew Ramhead?
A mercenary commander from King Sigismund's army. He's been ordered to guard the roads with his men. Or so he says. But apart from that, they also carry out raids, rob the people, mug merchants and steal cattle. And they make the peasants pay tribute. And of course, after our fuck-up, they've turned the screws and are demanding even more. Another reason for everyone round here to hate me.
Where can I find this Andrew?
Are you fucking with me?
No. I'm sorry about what happened to you, but I badly need to find that stone. You don't just lose something like that. And from what you said, it seems I don't have much choice.
I'm telling you, that stone's cursed. Weren't you listening to me?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that'll be my concern, when I find it.
You're so pig-headed.
Just tell me where they're camping, and I'll worry about the rest.
As you wish. They're not too far from here anyway. You'll come across some ponds between Raborch and Bohunjovic. Near one of them, there's a fork where wayfarers sometimes camp if they're stuck for a place to stay. From that fork, Follow the water downstream, and you should find the ruins of an old mill.
And that's where they're holding Hensel? The one with the stone?
Yeah, there. But if I were you, I'd stay off the path. Take the hill and nip through the woods. You'll get to some rocks overlooking the mill. You'll have a bird's eye view of everything from there. That's the way we went too. But make sure they don't spot you. There's a good chance they've upped their guard after our attack.
Sound advice. Thanks.
Look, what's your plan anyway?
Well, I'm thinking if I can find Andrew, I'll find Hensel. And then I'll finally get to the bottom of this shit with the Thunderstone.
Just be careful, because Andrew's a cunning fucker. Look, since you're going there anyway, I know I'm not in a position to ask you for anything, but still, do you think you could rescue Hensel?
Why doesn't the local lord do it?
'Cause he doesn't give a shit, for Christ's sake. He cares nothing for the likes of us, understand? Hensel's just a stable boy who toils with his hands. No lord's going to do a deal with Andrew for him.
And how, pray, do you expect me to do that?
I don't know, just something. 'Cause if you don't, I don't know who will. Andrew's a greedy bastard. Some coin might do it. Or you could sneak in quietly and slip back out with Hensel.
How about I just kill them all?
I thought best not to suggest that. You know how we ended up. But, you know, whatever you think's best. It's just, they're pretty tough and well-armed, you know.
I'll manage somehow. But the whole thing's getting so messy, it's almost like the stone's power is interfering somehow. If I find a way, I'll help Hensel.
Thank you so much! May all the saints be with you, and I hope you have better luck than we did.
Ну, будем пробовать. Так, надо для начала умыться. Задание длинноватое. Сходи туда, сделай это. Так, а что там за замок вообще, мне вот интересно. Кто там вообще живет? И заданий тут почему-то вообще нету.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Ka!
Видишь, сюда будет закрыть, я так понял. Я просто так дверь эту не открою. Ладно, поехали.
Go! Quick!
My God.
Maidens and women of virtue, gather round and listen. I have sworn.
Так, умыться где можно? Потому что, блин, у меня-то обаяние падает, скорее всего. А, не падает. Даже так. Ну ладно, поехали. Потом где-нибудь умоемся.
Go!
Я выполню задание.
Quick!
Ну вот тут какой-то лагерь был.
Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Ага, ну, видимо, вот тут.
Wait now. Get the hell out of here.
I want to talk to Andrew Ramhead.
All right, you'll find the commander at the entrance to the encampment. But be quick, and no fooling around. Who's there?
Hey, you there. This is a military encampment, not an alehouse. So you better have good reason to be here. And I'll be glad to hear it.
I came to talk to you.
Hurry up then. I haven't got all day. Welcome to my humble encampment, lad. In the name of Sigismund, by the grace of God, King of Hungary and Croatia, tell me what you're doing here and what your intentions are.
I was looking for a thunderstone, and the trail has brought me here.
Well, what a curious coincidence that is. I captured a rebel just the other day. I'm sure you'll be interested to hear he knows a thing or two about thunderstones. But it's a little more complicated than that.
How so?
Well, either way, the fact is he attacked us, and in so doing he has trespassed against the majesty of the king. But in my view, anyone can make a mistake. And I'm a decent fella at heart, so I'm willing to let him go. For a price.
Блин, дороговато 1000. А если я обману его, интересно?
Enough of
Что
this.
будет?
Now listen carefully. I am Chenyek of Krumberg, sent by the king's army. The commanders have heard that instead of guarding the roads, you've been robbing and fleecing the local people, and they're bloody livid. So from now on, you'll follow orders or be pilloried and forfeit your pay.
Sorry, sir. It's just, we haven't been paid for a while, so we've been taking a little on the side, here and there. That was the deal, wasn't it? Live off the enemy's land?
Enough of your excuses. Your conduct has been indefensible. You will desist immediately, return what you have plundered, and hand over to me the local stable boy in your custody.
Very well, sir. As you wish. You can take the prisoner right away. He's tied up, back there, in the dilapidated hut. And please, accept this small, humble gift from me, for causing you such a journey to right our wrongs.
Нифига себе, просто так получил 150 грошей от злодея, считай. Ну, отлично, что сработало хотя бы.
Hey! By all the saints, don't leave me here! Please, untie me!
Relax. I'm getting there.
Thanks. Thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am, but I'm not hanging around here any longer. Let's get out of here
Уходим отсюда.
before those thieving bastards change their mind.
Ну, повезло, что договорились хотя бы. Хотя, если честно, я бы потом их кокнул. Я думаю, мне еще не раз сюда придется возвращаться. А далеко ты будешь бежать, парень? С тобой поговорить надо. Быстро бегает. Все поговорить надо, алло.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I am. All things considered. Thanks for rescuing me. You have no idea how grateful I am. God knows what they would have done to me in the end. All that aside, who are you, anyway?
Henry.
I'm Hensel, and I owe you big time, Henry. Though, in all honesty, I'm not sure why I was worth all that trouble. But grateful nonetheless.
Peter told me what happened.
Peter? Well, thank the saints for him. So he's safe and sound, is he?
In a manner of speaking. He got shot, but nothing serious.
What about Stislav?
I have no idea.
Ah, well, I hope he's all right and all.
Listen, it wasn't exactly by chance that I ran into Peter either. I was looking for you in the village because of the thunderstone you stole from Tomlin in Horsham, who, by the way, is royally fucking upset with you.
Well, I suppose I would be too if I were him. But I have to say, the whole Thunderstone idea was the stupidest I've ever had. It brought us no luck, no protection. Well, the opposite, in fact.
Let's forget that for a moment. What I really need to know is where the stone ended up.
You won't be surprised to hear. Ramed snatched it from me when I was captured. He didn't believe it had any powers, but he has a nose for money. That's all that matters to him. From what I heard, He sold it in Sukdal to some farmer's wife, I think he said, Mlada or something. Well, from the edge of the village.
Sakra. That stone really is cursed. Well, there's nothing for it. I'm off to Suchdal.
Hold your
Да ну
horses.
нафиг.
That wasn't the only thing I heard. There's this pond below Raborsh, right? And on the bank, across from the village, there's a small crag. Somewhere around there, they hid some of their spoils.
Clever. Take what you can and stash the rest for later.
I'd have helped myself to it, but think of it as my way of thanking you. I just hope they weren't making it up, and you find something there.
I'll take a look around and see. Thanks for telling me.
Well, it's the least I can do. And good luck with that bloody stone, though my advice would be to steer well clear of it.
Так, ладно, давай посмотрим, где это место. Туда нам надо будет съездить. Поехали, поговорим еще с этим пацаном. Может, он награду даст за этого чувака, которого мы освободили.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Whoa!
Понятно, с этим парнем уже не поговоришь. Ну ладно.
Slowly. Nice and slow. God. Go. God. Go.
Ну что, я на месте? Да, на месте.
Whoa, whoa.
Вот сейчас посмотрим, что тут лежит. Не понял, куда они добычу складывают. Или ничего нету. Странно, конечно. Может, спуститься нужно. Интересно, интересно. В чем прикол? Никакой добычи тут нету. Может, тут? Да, странно, странно. Так, давай наверх поднимемся, может, что упустил. Да, уже посмотрим. Да, и куда он упал, короче, непонятно. Да ну, нифига тут нету интересного. Что мне вообще подсказал, непонятно. Я думал, они тут что-то прячут. А тут нифига и нету. Ну да ладно. Может тут? А вот, наверное, да. Все, отлично. 340 грошей. Нормально так. Так, куда нам двигаться нужно? Поехали. Тут мы уже были, кстати.
Quick.
Еще у кого-то можешь что-то спросить, правильно? Тут персонаж задания, мы там тоже.
Christ, pardon me.
What do you need, sir?
What's going on around here?
Nothing much. Ever since our lord paid Chertan the ransom, there's peace around here. Although, there is this matter of the white deer, or was it a fallow deer? But that doesn't matter. Someone poached it, and Huntsman Dobrush has nothing but trouble over it. So, if you want a job, go and see him. But let me tell you, don't be pushy. Ask him first how things are in his territory and such.
I understand. He's not too keen on talking about it, eh?
Exactly. He takes it right personal. He really doted on that creature, and that's about it. Or at least I haven't heard about anything else.
That sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
A large beer for me. And when he takes fright, he nearly bites your hand off.
Все, бывай, короче. А этот в чем провинился?
Not your day, eh? What did he do?
Nothing.
Really?
Were you expecting a different answer?
What if I freed you?
I'd scarper, obviously.
How's it going? I expect that's not very comfortable on your back.
Fuck my back. I can hardly feel it anymore. But recently some joker passed by and put a dead fish in my breeches. So you don't end up here too.
Жестко, конечно, жестко. Так, не у тебя, видимо, этот гром-камень.
Good afternoon, sir.
I heard you bought a thunderstone from Andrew Ramhead. Is that so?
Well, it is. What's it to you?
Andrew Ramhead took it from Hensel from Rabors, who in turn stole it from Tomlin Brookhans down Horshan Way.
And? I don't know those people. Even if it's true, I knew nothing about it. I bought the stone fair and square, and for good money. My husband's gravely ill and nothing's helping. The stone is to heal him.
And what ails your husband?
Peter went to lie down one afternoon and he hasn't budged since. He's not eating, and he's barely talking to anyone. What's worse, soon after he took ill, a Minerva owl perched on the roof one evening.
I understand.
That's why I need the stone. If it weren't for the stone, I'm sure Peter would be gone by now.
So am I to understand that if your husband heals, you won't need the stone?
Well, a stone like this is a precious thing. It can still protect us from all manner of misfortune.
But you bought it to save your husband.
That may be, but I'll not be wanting to lose that stone.
How about this? I'll try to help your husband, and if I succeed, you'll gift me the stone.
Why would I do that? The stone is bound to help him.
What if the power of the stone brought me here to help your husband?
I hadn't thought of it like that.
So, how about we make a deal?
All right, but only if you help him.
Of course. I'll take a look at him and see what I can do.
And please hurry.
With that owl and everything, I'm quite sure the Reaper's nearby. You'll find Peter in his room.
All right. I'll take a look at him and see if there's anything I can do. It's usually a good idea to speak to others who are close to the sufferer. That may be able to explain a few things, especially if the patient himself isn't very communicative.
Aha. I see you really have done this before. I'm starting to believe that stone really did draw you here. So, ask around on the farm if you need to. We'll all be at your service.
Perfect. I'll get on with it. And I'd better check the whole room, just in case.
Do whatever it takes to help Peter.
Can you think of something that might help me heal it? Anything?
I can't. I'm desperate myself. I've tried just about everything. Peter is just an ordinary cooper. We've lived here for years. We go to church. My husband doesn't travel outside the village often. This last time he had some business in Pechgau, near Kolin, but he came back empty-handed. Breathless and confused. He was fumbling around here for a few days, not doing his job, just spending time in his workshop. Lord knows what he was doing in there. Then he went to bed, and since then, he's just been lying there. He doesn't eat. Not even the potions are helping. He doesn't sleep a wink at night. At least, I don't think he does. If I stopped sleeping too, our homestead would fall apart.
I'll ask him why he can't sleep. What's tormenting him?
Try that. He won't speak to me about anything. It's as if he was keeping secrets from me. Or maybe just protecting me from something. See you later, my friend.
Что-то стало понятно, ладно. Так, скоро его осмотрим.
I reckon the harvest will be good. I'd like to think so. But who knows what the summer will bring? Not with the bloody war.
Peter? My name is Henry. I'm here to help you.
Another poor bloke that's to deal with me? As if Marder didn't have enough on her plate already.
I'll try to figure out what's wrong with you. What are your nights like? Mladder said you don't sleep much.
I just stare at the wall. I try to sleep during the day, but it's not much better.
Well, it's certainly no fever or pain that's ailing you. I assume it's dark thoughts that keep you up at night.
I can't fall asleep. Because of all the noblemen who keep coming to Lord Pisek's fortress, I'm always hearing hoofbeats, and they startle me.
So Lord Pisek likes to host nobles at his fortress? What's so unusual about that?
And what do you think they're doing here, eh? Preparing for war. That's what.
If Lord Pisek was about to go to war, he'd be gathering a lot more men here than a couple of nobles.
Folk ought to be scared to leave the village. Mezoles is gone. And when I saw Abatovitz, Suchtol is next. I'm sure of it.
Don't be alarmed. I need to take a closer look. Let's see. No swelling. No cancer on the skin. Does this hurt?
Nothing hurts.
Your palms are cold. Your muscles are tense. And your heart's pounding so hard you could hear it all the way to Prague. You seem like you're ready to fight. Or flee.
They're getting close now.
Who is?
The soldiers. Sigismund's men.
Well, physically, you seem fine, Peter. It's strange.
I'm a weakling. A weakling.
I'll examine you. Just by eye. Pale skin. Dark circles under the eyes. A downcast expression on the face. I don't see any bruises. A few calluses and cuts on the hands. Nothing unusual for a craftsman after a hard day in the workshop.
I told you. I'm not in any pain. Just let me lie here.
Что с ними делать? Дать какое-нибудь зелье, наверное?
No foul odor.
Ну, короче,
Bodily
депрессия у
humours
пацана.
aren't leaking. And you aren't bleeding.
But I will, when Sigismund's horde gets here.
Why would Sigismund attack Suchtol?
He does as he pleases. You have no idea how many villages he's plundered already.
I reckon attacking a village protected by a fortress is the last thing Sigismund would want to do now.
The fortress is what's bothering him. That's why he'll destroy it. And us with it.
I don't know about that. What am I going to do with you, Peter? There's nothing wrong with you physically, so it must be an ailment of the soul. The chamomile decoctions will help calm your mind, but you'll have to change your diet as well, so you don't just drink potions. And last but not least, some words of encouragement wouldn't be amiss. You'll be back on your feet in no time. I'll get things ready and be back soon. Peter,
Давай ему дадим этот
let's
ромашковый
talk
отвар.
about how we can help you. I have some suggestions for treatment.
I'm listening.
You should drink the chamomile decoction.
Great. Another potion.
This one will help you sleep. Once your body gets used to sleeping at night and staying awake during the day, you'll feel much better. You'll see. Proper sleep will chase away the gloom. And if restlessness tries to take hold of you again, your body will have the strength to fight it. Every morning you'll be stronger and stronger until you're able to work again.
We'll see about that.
Listen, Peter. I know you're worried about the army that's passing through the country. I'm not much of a speaker, but let me tell you something from the heart. If you're scared of Sigismund's soldiers, trust me when I tell you, when it comes down to it, it ends up being a one-on-one fight. And you'd be surprised how much strength and courage you can find when you're backed into a corner. So don't run from your fear. Laugh in its face instead.
I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about Mlada.
Then keep reminding yourself of that. Look at me, a blacksmith's son. Why do you think I am who I am now? Because I decided I'll never turn my back on my loved ones again.
You're right. I mustn't leave Mlada to fend for herself.
Don't run from the fight. Especially the one going on inside your head. A bit of prayer won't hurt. Lord, have mercy on Peter here, and lift from him the weight of his affliction. For you have laid upon him this affliction to try him. And you see that Peter, O Lord, endures your trial patiently and without contradiction. Unless you, O Lord, relieve Peter of his illness, no physician in the world can. I beg of you, O Lord, heal his soul and let his body once again find its lost balance. Amen.
Amen.
You need to start eating again, even if you don't have an appetite. First, ask Mlada to get you some honey and add it to your gruel.
You think some honey is gonna save me?
It'll give you stamina without irritating your stomach, first of all. But you have to admit Mother Nature has it well thought out. Where bloodwort helps with bleeding and feverfew with fevers, honey coats your humours so that they can't get out of balance so easily. Any melancholia wanting to take hold of you would have to make its way through thick honey, so it could hardly get from your stomach to your head. And soon you'll be as busy as a bee again, and getting on swimmingly. Which brings me to my next piece of advice. Start eating fish more regularly. Some nice fatty ones, ideally. Fat in the belly will surely stop gloom from getting through. Same as with the honey.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well then, I've tried my best, and I hope it's helped at least a little. I'll come back in a few days and see how you and Mlada are doing.
Ждать-то не хочется.
I examined Peter, found out what I could, and tried to cure him. I'll come back to see you in a few days. Until then, it's hard to say how things will turn out.
Thank you. I'll pray for you and for Peter's recovery.
Besides praying, you can brew up some of the chamomile decoction. It's made of wine, chamomile, and sage. You boil the ingredients briefly, then strain. It's not difficult, and even if you don't do it exactly right, it'll still help Peter.
I'll learn how to do it. Thank you very much, Henry. I hope things turn out all right.
See you soon, my friend.
Все, бывай. Надо, короче, погнать поспать куда-нибудь. И уже наконец-то выполнить это задание. Как-то оно очень долго выполняется. Сходи туда, сделай это, сделай то. Вылечи этого от депрессухи.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Oh.
Тут, я так понял, ни с кем вообще не поговоришь. Ну, зато, наверное, можно просто поспать.
Greetings. What would you like?
I beg your pardon, my lady, but could you tell me what's new around here? I'm asking because I've just arrived and I'd like to know more about this region.
If it's mercenary work you're interested in, I can't help you. You'll have to ask elsewhere. God be with you.
Понятно, ничего мне хорошего не сказали. Так, вот тут я вроде бы спал правильно. Ну да, тут поначалу был такой вид красивый. Я надеюсь, много не придется ждать. Да, ничего не видно. Что ты, баркод?
Free! Here you
Тебе
go.
поесть, да?
Take it.
Так, это мой сундук, правильно? Ну, в принципе, ничего мне не надо вложить. Так, давай поедим. Эту крепость еще птачек охранять будет, как в начале игры.
Easy,
Все к этому идет.
Nice and slow. Go! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Ну что, ждать я больше не смогу, так что давайте мне уже камень и разойдемся. А, до сих пор лежит.
I apologize.
С тобой не поговоришь. С тобой не поговоришь. Это сколько ждать, интересно, надо? Ну, давай так подождем. Наконец-то.
How is Peter doing?
Henry, it helped. Peter got up in the morning and went straight to work. I can tell he's still fighting something in his head, though. He looks fearfully to the horizon, but hopefully things will get better with time. It won't go away as quickly as it came, but we'll get through it somehow.
Just keep giving him hope.
I will. You can count on it.
I'm glad I could help. But don't forget our deal. The Thunderstone is mine now.
But the stone helped, Peter. We need it, and I'll never be able to afford another one. It'll protect our homestead. And what if Peter's illness returns? Then I'll need the stone again.
The stone has great power, but it's used up all the strength it had for you. Now it's time for it to help others.
You're right. Here, it's rightfully yours. It's hard to give it up, knowing how much I spent on it. That's why I can't give you anything else as a reward right now. But believe me, I'll spread the word of how you helped us around the village.
Thank you. That's good enough for me.
Greetings, sir.
Наконец-то. Видишь, сразу 3 задания появилось. Себе оставить этот гром-камень, либо отдать. Но я, конечно, его отдам. Зачем мне он? Но я дам не тому чуваку. Думаю, этой женщине, чтобы у нее хотя бы надежда была. Ё-моё, еле-еле вообще сюда добрался. 19 часов. Ну окей.
I found the Thunderstone.
Really? Oh, God bless you, Henry. Without the stone, I don't know what I would do. Or what else could help me.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now. Take the stone. I hope it helps you.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. This stone will make giving birth easier and save my baby's life.
Glad to have been of service.
I'll get Hannah to give you a lower price at the stud farm, as I promised. And you know what? I'll share a piece of wisdom my grandmother taught me. She said you need to brew nightshade with twice as much mugwort and a good splash of brandy. That's how to fix a concoction that'll clean you out at both ends and cure all sorts of ills. She used it on me after I gave birth and said it saved my life. So it could come in handy for you too sometime.
Thanks. That sounds, let's not say dangerous exactly, but definitely fascinating. I'll just make a quick note so I don't forget. Not sure I'll ever muster the courage to try it, though.
Think nothing of it. And if you want, stop by and talk to my husband, Demir. He's a very skilled man. And since you've been so helpful, if you like, perhaps he'll let you in on some of his blacksmithing secrets. Oh, and I also have some money put aside for emergencies, so you can have that. It's not much, but it's all I can give you.
Hold on to your money. I'm sure it'll come in handy for you at some point. I was glad I could help. So let's leave it at that.
Oh, Mother Mary. What a noble man you are. Thank you.
Грошей у меня и так много. Сколько у меня их вообще? Ну, видишь, 16 тысяч. А добрые дела делать надо. Так что пусть будет так. Всем спасибо за просмотр.